Hey, 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 you're listening to Friday's Flavor with New York's finest business bee, Jolene D. Every Friday, we're digging deep with business owners, non for profits, and entrepreneurs alike, bringing you the hottest tips and topics on the business world. You know what they say if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. So tune in and get ready to grow, my busy bees. Welcome to Friday's Flavor with your girl JoJo. Today we have Chris Steffens on from the Latham, Wyndham. Nope, it's the
Microtel Inn by Wyndham and Latham, exit 6 on the Northway. 518-782-9161. Call us for your affordable reservation.
I wanted to hear it. I got you to do it. That's awesome. All right. So this is Chris Steffens. He's an amazing friend of mine from the Microtel in Latham. And we're here to talk about where he's coming from, what they're doing, and where they're going. I personally, I don't know if all of you know this, but I'm a little hotel princess. I like to camp, but in the wintertime, I really love getting out, and even if it's just for a couple of nights, I take the kids and we go stay in a hotel just for the fun of it, just to get away, you know, pretend that it's not winter in New York and go play in the indoor pool or whatever, just chill out. So tell me a little bit about what got you into the industry, and a little bit about your history.
Well, I'll tell you what, a long time ago, I worked at hotels, but it was in loss prevention. I worked at Marriott's Hunt Valley Inn in Baltimore County, and then I went down to Baltimore City and worked at Peabody Court Inn. And that was a long time ago, before marriage. And it was right around that time when I was working in Baltimore that I was dating my current and only wife, Diane. We got married. She got into the music industry because she has a degree in classical guitar from Towson State University.
Oh, that's
Uh,
awesome.
yeah, she started working for a retailer in records, and she was able to parlay that into working as a receptionist for BMG Music in Maryland, outside of DC. And with that, she was able to get herself promoted quite a few times. The first time was as a classical specialist down in Atlanta, and we lived there for 4 years. The second opportunity was to work directly with a job racker in Detroit. So we moved up there. Our first son was born up there. And then we moved back down to our home state of Maryland to do a job there with her company. Then she was asked to come back to Detroit and to become the branch manager of the Detroit branch for BMG, which then combined with Sony Music. It was Sony BMG, and then Sony bought out the BMG part. And with that, they told my wife, says, well, we got two opportunities for you. One, we have you leave the company, or we can send you to Albany. And my wife said, we're going to Albany.
Albany bound it is, and it's not such a terrible town. I've been to Maryland. Is it a lot different?
Oh, it's not too much different than Michigan, but a little different Maryland as far as weather. Yeah, when my wife told me, so we're moving to Albany, I said, well, what in the world's in Albany? And then 3 months later, I found out it was me. I was in Albany. So there you go. Uh, and you know what, Albany has been incredible as far as raising my kids. We moved uh, into an apartment on Western Avenue, and then we relocated to our house here in Guilderland, and we've been here the longest that we have in any part of our marriage, 16 years. And and now let's talk about how I got into the Microtel Inn. I've had past experiences working in computer sales down in Atlanta. In Maryland, I worked for a computer reseller of a specialty good in Eastport outside of Annapolis. I started to take tech classes, and I got my CompTIA A+ computer tech and my Microsoft certified professional in NT, which is now a very antiquated form of networking, as most people into NT would know. So when I moved here, we had a lot of responsibility with young kids, new to the area. My wife was very busy. providing her product to Transworld, the FYE stores here in the area. So I was stay at home for the first couple of years, but as I saw my kids getting a little more independent in their school, especially with the fact that the middle school is within walking distance of our home, I started to look for work. I was fortunate enough to walk into a front desk job, and when Mr. Patel, Manny Patel, looked at me and says, you could be the sales manager, couldn't you? I said, yeah, I could be the sales manager. And I've been there ever since. And it's been wonderful in the fact that he's offered me a lot of latitude and offered me an opportunity to be creative, which I have been, to attract positive attention to the hotel and represent the hotel in the business community. And people in the business community of Albany have seen me at many mixers. And well, that's why I'm there as far as representing the hotel in the business area. At the hotel, I take care of the guests' concerns. I help with HR. I get the people initially into the hotel. I take care of all social media. And if you don't mind, please provide a list later of that for us. And there you go. I've been there for over 9 years and really liking it. Thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome. So it sounds like you've got a lot of background in terms of sales and people skills. And I don't know if anybody out there has checked out their YouTube channel. I'm gonna post it down here. You'll be able to see it in the small print below. Yeah, check out below. You put up the funniest little videos, and I think it's so different because you're so used to seeing hotels put up kind of bland, your standard marketing material, and that's almost what I was expecting, to be honest. When I checked out the YouTube channel, I was expecting just flashy promo, with calm music. They're hilarious. He puts up the funniest, cutest little videos on their YouTube channel. You guys have to go check it out. Make sure you subscribe. And I mean, they're just adorable. What got you starting to do that? What made you think to start doing those?
Well, back in 2017, I wanted to really utilize more of the social media. And to do that, I had to provide content. So I started with something called Front Desk Fridays. Those videos you'll see on the Facebook page. And basically, I just did them on Facebook for the first year or so. Then I decided to open up a YouTube channel and put them on there as well. Sometimes I put them on both. And now currently, I'm just putting them on the YouTube channel and copying them over to Facebook. And I think the main reason I'm doing that is, as much as I like Facebook as representing the hotel for free, they're marketing and now charging to elevate the content to more people. It's just not what it used to be. And it used to be really good. Now it's sort of oh, and but I appreciate Facebook's, oh, hey, look, thank you. My assistant just delivered.
Nice.
Yeah, especially these days to get one of those. My goodness.
We all need a good coffee now. Check me out right here. I didn't have an assistant make it because all of my assistants are under 12 and the coffee machine is still a little too much for them. So, I mean, I think what a lot of people are, going through the same thing right now. A lot of businesses are going through the same thing right now, where they've had to pivot, they've had to sort of change things up, they've had to adjust. Tell me a little bit about some of the changes that you've seen happen, at the Microtel in Latham. And a little bit about the response to it, because I know this has got to have been a very difficult time in the hospitality industry. Let's hear about it.
Well, it's been a very difficult time in the hospitality industry for just about everybody in the industry. Fortunately for us, we are a Wyndham hotel, and Wyndham has done very, very well as far as recovering, and the fact that most of the hotels are budget economy based. And the Microtel Inn by Wyndham is their pinnacle of budget economy. So much so, when they incorporated the brand a few years back, they made us change their logo to be part of a three-prong presentation with Hawthorne Suites and Wingate. Hawthorne Suite being extended stay, Wingate being mid, and us being budget economy. So I'm very happy in the fact that I represent the very best of that particular sector, noted by the fact that it's been awarded the J.D. Powers and Associate Award before budget economy travel for many, many years, about 11 out of the past 12 years it's won.
Well,
So
that's a big deal. That's not an easy, they don't just give out JD Powers awards to anybody. They really don't.
No, they don't. One year we lost it to a brand that in the South that only had a few locations, but they looked like Southern plantations. And they for that year alone, Microtel lost it. But after that, we've recovered, and it's been there ever since. So very happy. It's a great brand upon itself.
Yeah.
So with that, we have a reputation that we have to adhere to. It's been very, very difficult because we had a lot of plans this year to do a renovation as required. And right now, that's been put on way hold because of the loan that we were looking for is a little scattered amongst everybody else going for PPP, which we also got too. It's been tough. When it initially occurred, I had my video for my Saratoga racing promotion, which I do every year, already to go, already in the bag, and then this hit, and I said, no, I can't put that out. I'll look like a fool. And I don't mind looking like a fool, but not for that reason.
Not for the wrong reasons. We all want to be a little goofy for the right reasons, but yeah.
Well, in my company, we all took a pay cut, reduction of hours. Those were once we got the PPP, we from all of our hourly employees, we were able to put them back to 40 hours, and I'm very grateful for that.
Thank God.
I still have a little bit of a cut, which I do approve of. In that, I'm still working 2 days out of the house, today being one of them. But 3 days out of the week, you can find me at the hotel. But the other 2 days, I have my laptop from the hotel where I can book rooms, take Zoom meetings, take any type of Facebook or Google meeting like we're doing here to make arrangements for groups or work crews, or just to confirm reservations, and you just want to see me, which is great without a mask.
Yeah.
So there you go.
It's been an adjustment for me, for sure. I'm a natural extrovert, if you couldn't tell. I think everybody who listens to the program knows that I have been dying to get out and see some people face to face, because this is fabulous, though. I will say the ability to meet with so many different people and not have to factor in the travel time. Like, I can see many more people in one day. Usually I wouldn't do 4 or 5 meetings in one day, because it would be overwhelming with the, between the appointments and the travel for what I do at the telecommunications company Dirad that I work for. It would be too much. But now with Zoom meetings, and it's kind of different. I can do a lot more meetings in one day, and I think this changes how we're going to be doing business from here on out. And in our business development team, I think we're probably going to we used to set all of our meetings to be face to face. Even the first meeting, when we're basically pre-qualifying and seeing if there's any way that we can work together, even and now we're doing I think we're going to do those meetings from probably a virtual platform first, and then if we see that this individual does have a need for what we do, and then we'll go in and start looking at the equipment that they have, looking at the wires and stuff like that, when there's a more probably serious opportunity there and real interest, and we know that we both fit. So I think it's actually going to make us a little bit more efficient. But I know that that's just in my industry, and everybody's industry is going to have to make like different types of changes to continue doing business in the future. Tell me a little bit about some of the changes that are going to be implemented at the Microtel, or have you, if maybe you've always had, practices in place that sort of took care of, any virus concerns, or are you guys making any sort of changes?
Well, I think I've already mentioned in my most recent video that we are going to be doing temperature checks. We do have a forehead thermometer to check guests with. We are going to be asking the health questions that a lot of people are getting to know when they go into certain establishments like ours. Basically, have you been in contact with somebody who has symptoms from the COVID-19 virus, or yourself? We definitely need to do that. We're going to do screening. If someone says that they don't meet the requirement, we are going to refer them to another place. Or if we have the ability to isolate their stay, we will do that as well. But after that, we will have to do an additional clean, which will also include a repurposed steam cleaner with a disinfectant in that room, as well as the general areas where that guest went into. So we're going to try to work around as best as we can with guests to keep guests safe and to take care of guests even in a dire circumstance. We have 96 rooms in our hotel, 2 floors, no elevator. So we can section off certain parts of the hotel. To be honest with you, we've been trying to keep most of our guests until the past week or so downstairs, but we're starting to sell so much that we need to start acquiring our rooms upstairs, which is good news.
That's good.
But I'll be honest with you, our occupancy is it's a little more than half of what it normally is at this time. So we're also too, all the group business that I wrote for the next few months is gone, and out of caution, and I can't blame them. So that's why we're definitely, I'm personally going after the business that I need to go after, and that is the construction business, which just opened up with phase 1. And I'm also looking at phase 2. With phase 2, I am going to start promoting use for the hotel for people who need to get a break away from their isolation situations for themselves, for mental health, or if they need a Wi-Fi connection and solitude to get a project done, we can do that. And I'll have incredible rates for everybody. Just call the number down here, email me.
They are really incredible rates, actually. I got to see a few of them online, and the hotel is beautiful. The Microtel is absolutely gorgeous, and I love the area that it's in on Troy-Schenectady Road. I mean, you couldn't find a better location for it, right?
Location. It is incredible. Yes. It is. It's great in the fact that we're right behind a mobile station. Until the COVID-19 used to be open 24 hours a day, but now they're closing at 9:45 every night. But I urge my guests to go and grab supplies from that location. They have plexiglass up, and they're using masks, and they're doing their best practices. They've had to remove their fountain soda machines. We've had to remove our vending machines. So that's another reason I want my guests to take advantage of them next door. Across the street, we got Carrabba's Italian Grill, and they are doing an excellent takeout. And I called them and I said, listen, what about the wine? What about the wine? They said, yeah, $15 or more for a bottle of wine. Take it over to the hotel. And so there you go. I do want people to consider our hotel for that.
I think that's a really great idea. I love the idea of promoting it in phase 2 to people just to get away, because I do that myself. I really, especially in the wintertime, I love to get away for a little while and not be in the house, not feel like I'm cooped up, not feel like I haven't really done anything or gone anywhere. So you've got that mobile station right there. I saw that you guys have a really cool lobby. Are there any other amenities we should talk about?
Well, our breakfast room currently right now is grab and go. We're not allowing people to sit, so we're requesting that they take it back to the room, or if they're on their way out, please take it to their vehicles and enjoy it as they travel away. So that we still have a coffee area that we keep clean and stocked with hot coffee and with hot water to make tea. That's always still available. It's right off the lobby, so we can monitor the cleanliness at all times.
Well, that's great. Very great. So they're running specials. They're going to continue to run specials. The prices are incredible. If you need to get away, if you're coming into town with a construction crew right now and need to have them bunker down for a little while they're doing a project, this is a great location to do it. You're right off the highway. You're right across from the airport. I mean, like, everything is right there on Troy-Schenectady Road. You can do dinner, wine delivered. So if y'all are looking for some place to go to get away, please talk to my friend Chris Steffens. Plug that number again, Chris.
Give me a call. Telephone number is 518-782-9161. The Microtel Inn by Wyndham and Latham. Exit 6 off the Northway, southwest side behind the mobile station. I'll take care of you. Look forward to working with you.
Amazing. Thank you so much for being on, Chris. I appreciate all the sharing that you've done about the Microtel. I'm looking forward to visiting sometime very soon, since I can't do my usual camping this summer. I'm going to bunker down indoors. We're going to do indoor camping. All right.
Yeah, yeah. If you ever need to do an on location, I got incredible Wi-Fi. You'll be able to do your show from there. Just let me know. I'll give
Oh,
you the room.
yes.
I'll give you the room for free. Don't tell anybody.
You're wonderful. Well, God
Thank you.
bless you, Chris. Thank you guys for listening. It's been Friday's Flavor with your girl JoJo and Chris Steffens from the Microtel in Latham. Take care. Have an awesome week. Thanks for listening to Friday's Flavor with your girl JoJo. Please subscribe to help support local New York business owners. And I hope that you enjoyed. If you want to be featured on Friday's Flavor, please email me at fridaysflavor@gmail.com.